Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to today's session of On Air with Boss. Today we have Anam Hayat with us. Anam Hayat is an educator by profession and a compassionate advocate at heart, deeply dedicated to the well-being of society at large. As the head of middle school at Beacon House Defence Campus Karachi and the CEO of Ummeed Trust, a ray of hope, she works tirelessly to ensure that every child, regardless of their background, has access to quality education and the basic necessities of life. Through Ummeed Trust, her efforts span across Karachi, focusing not only on education but also on supporting families with essential resources that enable them to live with dignity. Anam is a firm believer in inclusion and equity, and she advocates passionately for children with special needs, ensuring they are seen, heard, and treated with the respect they truly deserve. At the heart of all her work, there is a simple yet powerful mission: to bring hope where it's needed the most. Welcome to the show, Anam.
Thank you so much for having me over.
Anam, can you please walk us through your journey at Beacon House?
My journey at Beacon House has been really amazing. I started off in pre-nursery and I stayed with Beacon House for good 14 years until I completed my schooling. At that time, we had little branches, so there was no one campus. So we would keep moving, I think I was in a different branch when I was in early years, and then for grade 1 till grade 5, I was in another branch. And then from 6 till 8 there was another branch, and then finally the Bahadrabad campus where I graduated from, where I made amazing memories, amazing friends, and that was the best time of my life for sure.
That's awesome. Anam, can you tell us one thing that you miss about your campus?
That the campus does not exist anymore.
Really?
Yeah. What happened? I think a couple of years ago we were passing by there and we saw that another school's logo was there, and it was we couldn't stand that. So yeah, the campus does not exist anymore.
Anam, what's your fondest memory from that campus?
Especially the times when my friends had to appear in their retests, and I had to sit with them because they wouldn't pass otherwise.
Really?
So I had to appear in retests only so they could pass those retests. So yeah.
Mashallah, that means that you were an awesome friend.
Yeah, a good student taken advantage of by my friends. For sure.
Anam, would you like to give a shout out to your friends from that campus?
Of course. Usman, Atiq, Shumaila, Farah, everyone watching me. We should all, maybe just together have a podcast for Beacon House. It's going to be amazing.
That would be awesome. Can you tell me where they all are? Are you in touch with them?
Yes, of course. Usman, he owns Portia Fabrics. Okay. And then Atiq is doing some wonders in the property business in UAE. And then Farah is in UK, Shumaila is here, and we're all in touch, alhamdulillah. So yeah.
So Anam, who was your go-to study buddy?
I think I was for many, but for me, yes, there was this friend of mine, Hira Waris.
Okay.
So she was really good at everything, all subjects. So we would go to her for every time we couldn't understand something.
So Anam, if you could travel back in time, what's one thing that you would do differently?
For now, somehow get that campus back.
Really?
Yeah, of course. And, let students go there and experience the kind of things that we've experienced in that campus. It was a very cute campus. And the ground there and the table tennis area and everything, I just can't get over those memories.
Anam, could you describe your school life in 3 words?
Very happening. Something that I would cherish forever. And I would also want to use the word inclusive over here. Because even though in grade 8, when I thought that I would be a loner forever and I wouldn't have any friends, I did make very good friends. So
Mashallah.
Yeah, inclusive in that way.
So Anam, if your campus was a movie title, what would the name be?
That's interesting.
And why?
Okay. I think there can be multiple titles for that, for different phases, maybe some bits of Three Idiots, some of Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, some of Dil Chahta Hai, but like, yeah, everything related to friendships and, you know, amazing time spent with them and the kind of learning that, you know, took place together. So, yeah.
Anam, is there a canteen snack you miss the most?
There was this milkshake shop right next to our campus.
Okay.
They had this amazing strawberry milkshake.
Really?
And, yeah. We still crave for it. The shop is still there, but the campus isn't. But, you know, I remember like at home time, all of us friends, because we, like most of us would go in vans. So, you know, my friends would go, the guys, and they would get it for all of us. And, you know, like we would have a good time. I think I remember that if our PE period was in the last, you know, like the 8th period. So, because our sir was really, really cool. So, you know, he would like just allow us to, you know, get it from the shop next door too. So our PE periods, apart from sports, were also about strawberry milkshakes.
That's awesome. Do you remember the name of your PE teacher?
Yes,
Would
Sir
you like
Fahim.
to?
Yeah, of course. He was our most favorite, and he is the one who taught me table tennis.
Okay.
I did not know how to hold a racket. But because of him, in college, I could play at a regional level. So yeah, I give him all the credit.
Anam, if there's one thing from your campus that you could rename after you, what would that be and why?
I think the principal's office. Really? Yeah, because so my friends were like really, really big troublemakers, and they would tell me everything before doing and even while doing. And the principal somehow knew that I would have all the information. So they would leave no evidences behind. So every time something would go wrong, she would call me. And she'd be like, "Beta, बहुत अच्छी बच्ची हो तुम, बस हमें बता दो क्या हुआ है." And me being a good friend, I would be like, "No, I don't even know, and I don't think they've done it." You know, I would just keep supporting them throughout. So yeah, maybe the principal's office. So at least when I walk in there, I wouldn't be held accountable for anything.
So basically like an interrogation room for you then.
Of course, for sure.
So do you remember any one of those incidents which led you to the principal's room for interrogation?
Oh, there are quite a few. So my one of my friends, he had his arm fractured.
Okay.
So he was wearing this plaster, and he would carry a little phone with him, and he would just, you know, put it inside that plaster.
Oh my god.
And like during class, he'd be like this. So, you know, talking to somebody or whatever.
Yeah.
So one of the teachers caught him, and they couldn't find the phone because, you know, you couldn't like personally check or something. So he just hid it somewhere. So then the principal's like, "Nahi beta, I know you know where it is." And I'd be like, no, he doesn't even have a phone at home. I would make their physics and chemistry journals.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's a reason that they've passed. I'm saying it on camera. So, yeah, you know, the same writing in all of the journals.
So you never got caught?
I think the principal towards the end just chose to ignore us.
Are you in touch with any of your teachers?
We were really, really close to our Sindhi teacher, Sir Shah.
Okay.
And we met him recently at the VSS alumni dinner. I think a month after he passed away. Yeah, so that was really, really, you know, heartbreaking for us. He would call me a Jali Sindhi because my name has Sumro, but I don't know how to converse in Sindhi. So he would always call my dad and he'd be like, "ये जो Jali Sindhi आप जो कर रहे हैं ना, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है." Then with Shahnaz Rashid, my most favorite English teacher. The last time I think I spoke to her was around 3 months ago. So we're connected through Facebook. And Miss Subuhi Irtiza, she was my teacher in grade 1. I'm still in touch with her. She was one of my most favorite teachers. And when I joined Beacon House, she was heading a branch and I joined in as a teacher over there. So I'm still very much in touch with her and she's a beautiful person inside out.
Mashallah. Anam, how has Beacon House shaped you into the person that you are today?
I think Beacon House has done the best job for me. Not just when I was a student, but also currently when I'm working in that organization. When in school as a student, I think I would mention again the friends that I had, the kind of teachers that I had. I remember a few of my teachers whom I could just go to and, cry my heart out to them. So, that kind of support system. And then currently, right now, to be able to work under the leadership of a few heads, I would definitely want to name them. Ms. Shireen Karamali, Ms. Tabinda Raza. They have helped me so much with, my career progressing right now. How to deal with students, how to deal with administrative tasks, and so much more to learn, So every day that I am at Beacon House, I think I'm learning something new and something different. So they're
Mashallah.
definitely shaping me a lot.
Anam, can you tell us a little about your work at Umeed Trust?
So, Umeed Trust is very, very close to my heart. I specifically wanted to do something that was relevant to underprivileged kids. Kids as well as kids with special needs. Our trust does not only cater to educational needs, but also basic necessities of a lot of families.
Okay.
Just this Ramzan, Alhamdulillah, we cater to 590 families
Wow,
with proper ration and Eid outfits, cash amount. So quite a few stuff that's been going on. And the most closest to my heart drives this Ramadan have been with the special needs kids. So we were able to cater to around 400 kids
Mashallah.
with special
Mashallah.
needs. And recently we were able to build a house for a 90-plus-year-old woman
Wow,
who was living in a
mashallah.
tent at Mubarak village, and she's blind. She does not have kids.
Okay.
She has siblings who are again 80 plus in age. So they were all living in a tent. So now with that house, at least they have a place, especially because Mubarak village has like extreme winters
Okay.
because it's just right by the sea. So at least they'll have a space, where they can
Yes.
sleep at least, if not do anything else.
Mashallah.
So yes.
So Anam, is your family supporting you in your endeavors?
Absolutely. I think having a supportive family is one of the greatest blessings of Allah Ta'ala, and my parents have been an amazing, amazing support. When I started this 2 years ago, I was very, very nervous, but I remember the very first few drives that I had, my mom and dad tagged along. So they were with me, we had to take little rickshaw rides to reach to the venue of, the distribution, and then he got me in touch with a lot of his vendors, for transportation and everything. So yeah, my dad, my mom, they've been like really, really great support in everything that I've done in life. Mashallah.
So Anam, how do you balance everything? Because mashallah, you're a mother yourself, you're working, and then you're also working with Umeed Trust. So how do you strike a balance?
I think passion drives everything, within you and around you. So with the kind of passion that I have to serve the underprivileged community, it just happens. Like, I don't even know how, but Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala has been very, very kind and, very, very gracious in that way that somehow everything just falls in place.
Anam, if there was a message that you had for our current students, what would that be and why?
Every good friend that I had, I would call them my best friend, right?
Yes.
So you can't just use the term best friend for every friend. I was just
True.
reading this post, I think a week back on Instagram, which said that I don't have the term best friend in my life anymore. I have different terms, like, my go-to person for when I'm low, my go-to person for when I need work assistance, like different categories of different friendships. So they're all special to us, but in different ways. So there's
True.
no one generic term for it called best friend anymore. So I think that's something really, really beautiful for everybody
That is.
understands that.
Thank you so much, Anam, for joining us on today's session of On Air with Boss. It was an absolute honor to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much, Mariam, for giving me this platform. And before we sign out, I really want to say, अगर मैंने किसी दोस्त का नाम नहीं लिया है, so please don't be offended. I know there are too many over here that are still in touch with me and are very, very close to me, and they will always be close to my heart. So please take no offense. I still love you guys.
Beacon House Old Student Society, BOSS, building a community together.